Snapback hat, starter windbreaker jacket, black jeans with holes in them. I wore poverty like a fashion statement. Long before it was cool to wear hats with bent brims, or really tight t-shirts, or jeans with holes in them. And then suddenly somebody took notice, and now my childhood struggles are worn ironically by people who don't even know why it's ironic to begin with. Does that count as hipster? Is this cultural appropriation? Is poverty a culture now? Seems to be a lot cooler than it was in my day when we had to keep the sticker on your fitted cap to prove just how fresh you were. I never knew my fitted size because at the time snapbacks were much cheaper, but were blasphemy at the lunch table churches of my high school. Condemned me to burns that damned my confidence. One of the biggest lessons I learned in this world was to value the things you can't afford. 3 years ago, I moved into a house that I could afford, with 4 battleship roommates, all harboring a passion for changing the world around them. Thus, a concrete rose was grown in the Seminole Heights neighborhood in Tampa, Florida, where everybody was always outside. The smell of barbecue crept over the fence like a nosy neighbor. The sound of trash talk accented curbside conversations. I used to just sit on my porch and watch a live canvas, swirling with the colors of loudness, struggle, and resilience. Love splattered down a frame of broken homes. My street wore poverty like a fashion statement. Long before it was cool to blast rap music at 10 a.m. in Saturday morning coffee shops, or wear skinny jeans with holes in them, or rock cornrows in Vogue magazine. And then suddenly somebody took notice, and in just 2 years, I've sat on this porch and watched a stronghold of 15 be washed away. Watch buildings once claimed by trees be reclaimed by banks. Watch people build up stores that do something good in a neighborhood they've never felt any of the bad in. A neighborhood they only felt safe enough to enter after the police swept it. After native residents were moved out either in bags or in handcuffs. I didn't know you needed drug dogs to find a serial killer, a murderer who was a stain on this colorful canvas, so bleach was poured over the whole neighborhood, then deemed Seminole strong. How bold to name something after the people you killed to get it. Bold like a hunter's trophy room. Bold like the victims of a serial killer's names brushed onto a wall only to be taken down right before election season. Just like the people that used to live here, forgotten. Just like the families that actually lost those loved ones. As the trendy blood of appropriation continued to pump through a microbrewed heart, bleeding a culture dry that it was too colorblind to recognize in the first place, I tried to ignore the remodelers painting the town white in front of my eyes like I did the kids making fun of my Skechers or the jeans I wore every day for a week. But now I sit on my porch and watch a neighborhood once filled with people who shared that same struggle turn into a neighborhood of people who choose to dress like that, who chose this place to live. And I hate that the worst part of it all is that I'm jealous. To see a community come together over the capture of a serial killer, but never over the suffering of its residents. And I miss the liveliness of a Friday night store session. I miss the laughter bellowing over the fence. I miss my friends in this humble corner of Tampa before it was a trend to kick out the ones living there in the first place. Hipster pilgrims turned founding fathers. Turned this is all's land into this land is our land. Turned the natives into a symbol of strength. Stamped that symbol onto snapbacks and windbreakers and jeans with the holes in them to be sold in Seminole Heights. Seminole strong.